Hey guys, we are here at Elkmont in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. We're going to explore around, maybe do a little bit of hiking and see what there is to see. This is a really historic area full of some old buildings, old hotels. Elkmont was actually a very popular luxury resort before the area became the national park. So come along with us. Lots of history here. You see the old retaining walls. Looks like maybe this was an old gate. But back before the park was formed, people would come in on a train, and they had resort vacation homes here for the wealthy. And this area is being slowly taken back over by nature, but there's still lots of remnants of the resort and old homes, and as you can see, walls, and it's a pretty cool area. Look at the size of this tree. It's hard to tell in the video, but this tree is probably 5 foot in diameter. Okay, make that 6 or 7 foot. Wow. All right, and our son found another old home site, looks like. You see the retaining wall. And there's a chimney. Looks like the base of the house. Actually, this was probably a porch based on what I can tell, because there's the front steps. And then a big old chimney. Alright, one of the more popular sites to see in Elkmont is it's called the Troll Bridge. Just an old bridge that was here from when Elkmont was a resort. Not really sure why they call it the Troll Bridge. I'm sure there's probably some interesting story behind this. So unfortunately, a lot of the old homes that were here have been torn down by the park due to just falling into disrepair and being dangerous for people to walk through. So not having the budget to fully restore them, they just tore them down. So a lot of times now all you see is leftover chimneys and rock retaining walls. The one exception is Daisytown, which we'll show you later in the video. Daisytown, they are fully restoring, and you'll see lots of construction equipment up there and lumber and things like that. And here's another chimney. You can actually tell how high the floor was, because you can see the base of the fireplace right there. And it looks like this house had 2 chimneys, or fireplaces rather. So we are on Little River Trail, which of course goes right by Little River, as you guys can hear. This is an old railroad grade, so very, very flat, sort of a gradual incline. Nice and wide. Like I said, it is creekside, so lots of cool areas to go view. little river. So I had to go into ninja hiker mode, just too hot. One of the nice surprises, I guess, today is that being Labor Day, we expected it to be very busy, and there's really hardly anybody here. I would suspect maybe once we get over to Daisy Town, it'll be a little busier, but here on the trail, there's really nobody. So we kind of got the whole trail to ourselves right now. If you look closely, there is a snake. I'm not sure exactly what kind. It looks sort of like a water snake. But I almost stepped on him. I'm not sure who's scared who worse. So usually I'm watching for him, and the one time I don't watch for one, there was one literally underneath my feet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a northern water snake. They're often mistaken for copperheads because of the similar pattern. But you can tell by the shape of the head and just the pattern on the body that it's not a copperhead. So he's harmless. They're fairly aggressive, so they will bite, but non-venomous. So we'll leave them alone and we'll enjoy the river here. My crazy son. So we just explored a little small trail right off the side of the main trail and came across this beautiful little creek with trickling water, and it's just, the sounds are just amazing and nice and shady and nice and cool. Check out this huge boulder in the middle of the river here. And there's a pretty deep pool up underneath that as well. So we're walking along the trail and we see this really deep section of water. Make for an awesome swimming hole. Check out this scene behind me, folks. Is that not gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. So it's kind of hard to believe this area back in the 1920s, 1930s, before the park was officially formed, early 1900s, I guess, was a huge logging operation. So that's what this trail basically came from, was an old railroad grade that was used to haul lumber in and out of the woods back to the main lumbering facility, or sawmill, I guess, in Elkmont. And that area, combined with the lumber company, became a resort area. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but it did over time. And people started building homes. They actually built a really luxurious hotel called the Wonderland Hotel that sadly burned down. But it's just kind of neat to be hiking along here and just think that, you know, early 1900s, you know, 100 years ago or so, that there were steam trains going back and forth right here where we're walking. You guys aren't going to believe this, but this moss is like crazy thick. It's like probably a good 5-6 inches thick. Apparently we have a very unhappy bench here. What's wrong, little guy? I'll tell you guys, it's been a while since we hiked this trail, and I've actually forgotten just how beautiful it really is. I mean, we just keep seeing one beautiful scene after another. Just absolutely amazing. But definitely recommend you give the trail a shot. I mean, look at that waterfall. Hey guys, so behind me is Daisy Town, which is sort of the main street or main area of Elkmont. The Elkmont Resort area. Lots of historic homes here. If you look off to in the distance behind me, you can see there's some construction equipment and lumber. And so what they're doing is they're taking a lot of these old homes that were too dilapidated to even go into, had rotten floors, rotten walls, and they're restoring them. They're only doing the houses in Daisy Town though. There were a bunch of other houses around Daisy Town. Those have all been torn down and there's nothing left but chimneys and concrete floors now, but they are restoring these, which is kind of cool. So we'll take you around and show you the homes. All right, so this is the Appalachian Clubhouse. This was sort of the resort clubhouse, as the name says, so probably kind of obvious, but they still have meetings here and people can do banquets and stuff like that, you know, under more normal times. So just imagine, around 100 years ago, families staying here in the mountains in their vacation homes, kids riding their bikes on the road, couples walking up and down the sidewalks. Now it's a national park. Here's one of the homes they're working on. In fact, you can smell the fresh wood. And then the ones across are barricaded off. And you can see they got fresh coats of paint on them and lots of lumber. So they're working on. They look really nice. And these were about to fall apart the last time we were here. Little kids' log cabin there. If you click through on our Elkmont guide, I actually have the history behind that little cabin. You'll find that link in the description below. So this is one they finished that you can actually go into. Old original stairs. Here's the main entrance area. Old chimney. Looks like we have part of an old bed. New floors. The floors last time had holes. People had they had rotted. People had fallen through. It's like an old bedroom. I think that moon means like an outhouse. Maybe that's where the bathroom is, or an old outhouse, if I remember correctly. Another bedroom. And we've got like the back porch area, probably the kitchen. But you can tell these are old because the glass is kind of wavy, like old glass normally is. It's not crystal clear like new windows. Looks like this would have been the washroom. Another room. And back out onto the front porch. Just imagine sitting here on this front porch, families playing, kids playing, families out walking, on vacation. Oh, really cool, I gotta admit, they're a little creepy. A little covered patio area. This must have been the kitchen. Sink. And a really old stove. I'm gonna check that out. If any of you ever used a stove like this, let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I've never seen one of these used. Really old cabin here. Alright, this wraps up our visit to Elkmont. Hope you guys had a good time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and be sure to hit that subscribe button as well so you're notified of all of future content. And we'll see you on the next adventure.